which means like, breathing and exercising and moving around. So these are some of the reasons for that. And like I said, also finding ways to de-stress our lives and simplify our lives a little bit better. Turn to the front. It's about 10 o'clock, a little after or so. I'm going to have you step over to the right side, kind of, to the side of the room. And we're going to start with a Tai Chi form in that at this particular time, if you just came in, it is World Tai Chi Day. And from 10 to about 11 o'clock or 12, somewhere around there, during your particular time zone, you're joining millions and millions of other people who are also practicing Tai Chi at the same time. The concept here to promote world peace and harmony through the practice of internal martial arts, Qigong, meditation, and or the practice of Tai Chi. Here we go. Follow me as I move very slow. This is an intermediate level sequence. Wu Chi standing. Opening form. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, palms down. Soft and easy. Palms sit at belt level. Turn the toe to the corner 45 and hold the ball on the right side. Right hand's on top. Shift the weight onto the right. Step up left, close cap. Open the knee, 90 degrees, step at 12. Ward off at 12. Hold the ball on the left side of the chest. Draw upright into close cap. Open the knee to 90 degrees. Step out on the heel and ward off. Raise the hand softly, turn it over. Breathe in and roll back only halfway to the center of the chest and flip it over and make a press movement. Exhaling out, press. The right hand doesn't do a press here into push, but actually does the movement of turning over the shoulder, forming a hook, and drawing back left foot. Step out left heel, rock forward into the movement called single whip. Shows the harness. Toe turns in left. Drop the hands. Breathe in, look towards the 1 o'clock corner, and raise the hands and lean forward on the heel right. Right toe turns in, hold the ball left on top on the left side of the chest. Strike with your shoulder as you move forward towards 12 o'clock. Then let the right hand float up. Weight on the right. Left step. Open the left hand. White crane spreads wings. Right hand circles in 1. Left hand circles in 2. Right circles up and heel step left. Forward brush knee and push with twist step. Sink back. We're going to do this one again. Toe out, palm turn. Step right. Wheel the hands and gently brush knee, push left. Sink back, toe out right, and open the 2 arms, thumbs hanging down. Left step. Left hand makes a fist, touches the forearm with the right, and does circle chopping fist. Exhaling out. Left toe turns out. This is called cut deflecting palm. Do a small roll black, stepping up, step out, and do press right, slightly to the corner. Sink back, left deflect cutting palm. Step up as we repeat the same move again. Roll back and small press. Exhaling out. Left hand again, left toe. And as we do circle cut deflecting palm, we change the technique with right heel. Right hand goes to left hip. Left hand stretches high overhead. Twist the stance to the center, chopping fist. Step, left heel, downward deflect, and circle parry. Shift forward, rocking into the stance. We do parry punch. Seal tightly under the arm, wipe the sleeve, draw back, and push down. As you push forward, follow step with your right foot, semi-kneel, exhale. turn to the front, breathe in. Open the big ball, close the ball, and keep your right heel up. Push forward. Step right heel, single whip, chopping, cutting, turning in with right toe, pull back, and ball hold, 1, step up, 2, right hand high, left threads to the inside, step on left heel. This posture is called fist under the elbow, for an obvious reason. Turn to the front slightly, slide the hand, step back, step up, step again, left, kneel, brush the knee, and push. Turn the right palm up, shoot the left hand below, turn to the front at 12, breathe in, step up, and brush, kneel, deflect again. Step out to the side, circle, cut, deflect, palm. Roll back, step out, press, short step, right or left up to right, and turn the hand and right short step out. Fair lady work shuttle. Gently turn, left, right toe out, cut, deflect, roll back, stepping up left, stepping out left, press, half step right, turn the left hand over, breathe in, and fair lady again. Left toe out, left cut, circle deflect right, and as you bring your right foot up, circle the hands, cross in front of chest, arc the hands open, separating right heel kick. Gently let the toe fold in, step to the corner right, circle cut and deflect palm right left, and as I step up right, bring the hands together, crossing, open, and heel kick left. As the foot comes down, breathe in, hold your left hand on the right wrist, push down with a vigorous force. Open the two hands. Like huge wings, they cross in front of the chest and left hand is higher than the right. As I circle and gyrate the whole hip, circling 1, spiraling 2, 3, 4, I hold my stomach with my left hand. This is called the hidden cannon punch. Strike with your right fist in a flat fist position, reverse bow punch. Shake the fist at the end of the strike. Left wrist comes up, right hand circle in a clockwise manner, and take the 2 palms, shake your hips, and shake the palms. Press down, lift up. Step left and out. And turn, left and raise right. And out. Hold the ball. This movement is kind of familiar. It's cloud hands waving. 1, step, 2, step, 3, step, 4, again, 5, and right toe turns in. The left hand spins over, left foot steps back, right hand push. Slide back on left foot stand, swing the 2 fists out, left hand high, right crosses low, and crescent hook your foot. Beat the tiger. Cross the hands in front of the chest, and toe kick. Then bring the hands together, across the knee, tiptoe down, step forward, double fist hit the ears, like wind penetrating the mountain. Sink back, toe out right, step up left, breathe in, arc the hands open, and left toe kick. Here, turn, quick, spin to your right, cross your hands, slap your right foot. Right hand twist in, Left steps forward, breathe in right fist. Look down as you punch, and then raise your chest, headed back. Hold the ball on the left and turn left foot. Step up right and slant flying to the right. Then raise the right hand coil and sit in a 60-40 looking to the left. Then shift to the left and block and pierce left hand and form a hook. Turn and snake creeping down right. As I rise, left gold rooster. Step down, right gold rooster. Step back, left hand pierce. Left toe in, hold the ball. Cat stance right, and rise, lifting the right hand. Toe out, right hand draws in, left hand twist. Left heel forward, right hand check shoulder, bottom fist strike. Little release of energy and an exhale. Bring the left hand to meet with the right like a flower, turning over your head. Step one. Spin two. Drop your right fist down. Bring your right fist up, circle over the head. Left hand circles through, down through the waist. Both hands come together. Reach up, grasp like claws. Hold, step right. And blue dragon blocking the way. Raise and push to the right as you rise up on the left, and both hands dip down again and push forward. Soft withdraw and shake push. Then a soft withdraw, toe out, step. Right hand, fist heart facing out, left hand in. Make a small circle and turn the wrist over. Step up for 7 stars. Step back, 1. Left hand 2, right hand 3, and hold the ball looking at the mirror. Left hand forms a hook, right hand swoops out, left foot slowly rises, stride the tiger. Toe in, left hand palm up, right hand rubs against the elbow and turns. Looking at the corner, I step on my right tiptoe like a baklava's on guard stance. Then bring the right hand to clap left. Clap your hand to an outward swinging lotus kick right. Drop your right hand down. Look behind you and draw the bow. Turn it over and shoot the tiger. Turn and ball holding step up. And ward off 1. Breathe in. Roll back 2. Breathe in. Soft press 3. Breathe in. Push down and out 4. To the center. Over the right, embrace tiger. Over the left, return home to the mountain. And inhale, left on top of right. Left foot in, down, around the waist, and fingers at the end. Inhale, exhale, move around a little. Good. So a little bit of an introduction to a higher level sequence. And again, this is simply referred to as the 42-step form. Some also refer to it as International Tai Chi form. Others may also refer to it as the Olympic Tai Chi form. This one is the one that is selected and used by Wushu athletes for tournaments and for competition purposes. And it is a combination of the 5 major branches of Tai Chi. Again, Qin, oldest, Yang, most popular, 2 styles of Wu, and a Sun style are all combined in this one form. So it's a good one to challenge the beginning athlete up a level, and it's a good one for the advanced athlete to maintain a good Tai Chi form, because it's a challenging form no matter who does it. Okay, so if you found it to be a little difficult, it was meant to be. Okay, that's the design of this particular one. But it also was one that was easy enough for beginners to grasp too. And I've taught this as a beginner's course in a couple of the college classes I've taught. Had good success with the students being able to do this within a semester or 2. And a great form as well. It was taught to me by Master Li Yan. Master Li Yan was the nephew of a great master in Beijing by the name of Li Tianji. That was his uncle. He practiced in Beijing, and he comes from a long line of Chinese Kung Fu masters. Especially, they focused on Wudan and internal martial arts like Tai Chi, Xingyi, Bakwa, Mitsung. Those were their main specialties. Mitsung means lost track. There's a style of Kung Fu called lost track Kung Fu. It's half internal, half external. It's a good style as well. It's very unique. I do some of this as well. The Li family then passed on, and Li Tianji, after the founding of the Republic, became a university professor specializing in teaching martial arts. And then he passed it on to his nephew, Li Yan, and Li Yan, just last year or so ago, just retired from teaching at the University of Beijing. So that's who he is. He is the chief choreographer for the 42-step form. And then, of course, he went to a variety of different committees as they instituted it as an Olympic and standard competition form for wushu athletes. That they have a program now that's specifically outlined on what a beginner, what an intermediate, what an advanced practitioner should do, and the levels of their expertise. They've mapped all this out so that it makes it very easy for practitioners to judge them in competitions now. It's hard to judge 10 people who are really good at Tai Chi, right? But you got to look at real small subtleties to understand what to look for. So this was a fun one to try. It's a good one for starting off today. What I need you to do next is, one, either grab a chair, or you can set up a little cushion, or you can grab a mat. You're going to sit still, and I'm going to show you a simple meditation that won't take too long. It involves 3 simple basic postures. So you can use a chair, a mat, or if you want to use a yoga ball, you can use a yoga ball. Okay. Actually, I'll kick down the light here just a little bit.
He wants us sitting. We should be able to share this.
This is simply called a simple method of developing chi. At least this is what my teacher called it. Actually, what it comes from is it comes from Damo. Bhuti Damo is the Indian monk who came from India to China to teach the emperor, and then resided at Shaolin Temple to teach the monks martial arts. During this particular time, this one is one of the first stages that I teach is what's called bone and brain marrow washing. The 3 classics that Damo gave to his students were the muscle, tendon, sinew changing classic. They call it Yi Jin Qing. The brain and bone marrow washing classic, they call it Su Xi Qing. And the 18 hands of the Lohan Shi Ba Xiao, those are the 3 basic things that became Shaolin Kung Fu. Now, the reason I often tell students about Shaolin Kung Fu is because Shaolin Kung Fu is the origins of where your Tai Chi comes from. Okay? You're going to have the Chang Sheng Fang story, yes, but it starts way long before that. And it actually starts with the 5 warrior styles outside of Shaolin Temple. Then the monks wanted to learn more about martial arts, so they invited these warrior masters to come in and teach. At that point, then the masters of Shaolin had learned all the warrior styles, and some of them had 128 routines. So it was an extensive course, not easy to learn. But the monks set up masters to learn from each of the 5 main schools. Then they combined their knowledge together and created the master style that was known as the Shaolin Lohan Gate style. That's the one that the Shaolin monks became famous for, because when laymen and average people wanted to come to Shaolin to learn Kung Fu, they wouldn't teach them that style. They would teach them one of the 5 warrior styles. They kept that behind a special gate where the masters trained in secrecy by themselves. There's a lot of talk about in the martial arts about secret things. Well, this actually was one of them. The monks did not allow anybody to train in this particular gate style unless you were a fully ordained Shaolin monk. Everybody else learned the warrior styles on the outside, and when they left the temple, they called it Shaolin. And that's how come there's so many styles called Shaolin, but are not really Shaolin styles. The real style was the gate system held behind the gate. Later on, the gate system was taught to many monks as the imperial government allowed monks to train an army of fighters. There was as many as 5,000 trained fighting monks that did the Lohan gate style system. When the Shaolin temple was eventually closed because of the new emperor that came in, the monks dispersed to the general populace. In some cases, even got into trouble, and in some cases, the government has even burned down the temples a couple times because of revolutionary activities that were going on inside the monastery. These were, of course, during times like the Yuan dynasty, when the Chinese capital was not run by a Chinese person, but by Genghis Khan and his descendants. This was called the Yuan dynasty. The Chinese didn't like that. They always were trying to throw them out of off the imperial throne and establish a new Chinese dynasty again. It happened many, many years later, again with the Qing dynasty, which were Manchurians. They, again, through war, had usurped the throne and took over and planted a Manchurian king on the throne. And that didn't sit too well with the Chinese, so they were always looking at setting up a secret society to overthrow the government. So martial arts was one way to go about that too, was to build up a strong army of good people who knew how to take care of themselves. The Lohan gate system dismantled into the general public, and then later on, of course, when the monks got back together with a new emperor running the country, they consolidated things and started to look at the internal, external training, and at this particular point, it's when the development of Tai Chi, Bakwa, Xingyi, and other internal styles started to take foothold. So the gate system was one of the oldest. In doing this, Damo taught the sitting meditation exercises as a way of clearing one's mind and improving one's internal energy and blood circulation through meditation, by also learning how to meditate and to focus on your breathing. Then you also were able to relax and focus your mind on things. And thus, this is very good to clear your mind of the troubles of the day and of the troubles of society, and then to focus just on breathing and connecting back to your true inner self. So part of this was an element of a little bit of maybe spiritual training based upon your own beliefs, of course, but it was a way to kind of focus and get rid of stress on the body. And the reason I mention this is because in this particular exercise, you're going to find that there's going to be like a little bit of a challenge here, okay? And the challenge is simply to maintain your focus on breathing as you hold your hand in this specific position, okay? So it's pretty easy. I sit cross-legged. I roll my hips a little bit forward so my back becomes straight, and then I sit up nice and tall as best I can, okay? And then, depending on where you're sitting, of course, try to keep your feet flat on the floor if you're sitting in a chair. Both feet, toes forward, boom. If you're sitting cross-legged, you can sit Indian style or half lotus or full lotus position, depending on the comfortability of this seated position. And then your hands rest both lightly on the sides of your body, with hands facing up, resting on the knees. Then all there is to this exercise on the first one is to take your right hand, make a cup with it, place it over your left ear, sit up nice and straight. With your first breath, open your eyes big, and exhale out. And on your second breath, eyes become a little closed. On your third breath, your eyes become 99% the way closed. There's just a small sliver of light. And here, we direct our breath down to the lower dantian with a deep inhale, all the way down to the belly. And slow exhale with tip of the tongue, holding the roof of the mouth. And exhale, lightly through the nose and gently parted lips. Hold your hand cupped over your ear, and the other palm is just resting on the knee, facing up. And that's all there is to the first exercise. Sit here and breathe for just a little longer. Get rid of useless and troubling thoughts. Like I mentioned with the Qigong exercises that we've done before, if a thought comes flooding into your mind, imagine it like a leaf on a stream, flowing downstream, the thought flows away. A new thought arises, don't hold on to it, let it go. Focus on your breathing. Deep, full inhales, long, lean exhales. Keep your head pushing towards the ceiling. Try to keep your back straight and maintain this position as best you can. Smooth, full breaths. Breathing big and deep and full. Send that energy all the way down to the lower abdomen. Hold the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and if you acquire saliva behind the tongue, just simply swallow. This is called swallowing jade nectar. Imagine it going down into the navel center, nourishing and energizing this area. Reconnect the tongue back up again, and continue breathing. They say that if you're too busy to meditate 20 minutes a day, you should actually be meditating for an hour. This exercise doesn't take a full 20 minutes though. It's roughly about 5 minutes for each position, so about 15 minutes in total. Deep, full breath. Keep your eyes closed. Lower very, very slowly your right hand down to your right thigh, resting, and palm up on the knee. Eyes are still closed. You take your left hand, cup it, place it over your right ear, sit up nice and straight, and hold this position again. Deep, full breaths. Holding left hand on right ear. Slowly as you breathe in, recheck your posture. Make sure your crown of your head is pushing upward. Shoulders are relaxed and body as relaxed as you can. Don't hunch forward. Breathe big, full, deep breaths down to the lower abdomen. Eyes are 99% the way closed. knees on the underside. Under the arms is heavy. Under the legs is heavy. Shoulders hang. Relax, let go. Don't hold on to any tension. Don't hold on to any thought. Let it flow like a leaf upstream. Big deep breaths. And this time, for the third posture, don't put your left hand down, but simply cross your right hand over and place it on your left ear with both hands crossed across the chest. Cupped palms, breathe in. Relax your arms and shoulders and straighten your back. And here, with cupped palms over the ears, arms crossed below the chest, under the chin, take deep breaths and listen for the sound of nothingness. Deep, full breaths, inhale and exhale out. Try to keep the back straight, and at this point, try to relax as best you can and not hold on to any tension. Deep, full breaths, cupped palms holding the ears. Take another couple breaths. And here, gently and easily, lower the right hand down to the thigh, palm up. Take a big deep inhale, and slowly lower your left hand down to your thigh, and its lift your eyelids just a little. As you breathe in a second time, open them a little bit bigger. Let a little more light in. And on the third breath, open your eyes big. Then if you rub your hands or lightly touch your palms, you'll notice that the hands are moist, or little beads of sweat are forming on the palms. This is good. This is exactly what should happen. If it doesn't happen, it's all right. It will happen as you continue to practice. This exercise is very, very simple, like I said, but it is challenging to hold your hands in the position for the length of time. The average is about 5 minutes for each posture. So the whole thing is totally about 15 minutes is a single meditation. What you're going to do next is sit up nice and straight, and then give a little turn to your left. Exhale out. And then breathe in. Left hand on the right knee, and I gently stretch to the right. And then release. Let's sit up nice and straight. And see if I can lean forward as best I can. Then take one foot out. Take the other foot out for your cross-legged sitting. And wiggle your toes. Then gently circle and move your ankles. Lightly tap the legs. Okay, and once again. Now, if you're sitting, it's up to you if you want to drop to the floor here and try some of these. I'm going to simply just pull my one foot into my knee and bring it back just a little bit with the other leg straight out. Then I'll slowly put that leg out and bring this leg in and bring it in and just simply hold it in. Then gently I'm going to put it back out. And once again, I'm going to wiggle my toes and move my ankles around. Here I sit up nice and straight. Let's see if I can touch my toes. Okay, and this is also, I simply like adjusting the hips a little bit. If you can touch your toes, I want to see if I can pull my toes back a little bit, see if I can raise my heels up off the floor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly let them down. I go to the outside edge of my feet, and I pull my stomach back, push the back straight, and I gently lean forward like I'm reaching my head towards my toes. Once I get to a good stretch, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I release and gently shake out the legs. Wiggle the toes and move the ankles. We'll do this again by grabbing the toes and lightly pull back. You can use like a towel or like the little karate belts there if you need to. Just wrap it around the ball of the foot and pull back with the little belt. Or a little towel may give you extra something to pull on. I release the toes and lower the heels back down softly, easily. Then I go out to the edge of the legs. I pull my stomach back and I keep the head up and I pull like my head, trying to touch my toes. And then gently release and shake. Here I bring one foot in and gently press it down. And see if I can, with the opposite hand, grab that other toe. Release. Put that foot out. Bring in the other foot. And I see if I can hold the toe with the opposite hand. Relax. Both feet in. holding the toes. I take one hand and push it down. It's all right if the other side comes up. Do the same thing, other leg. And then bolt again. Then there's a little kind of trick that you use to increase your flexibility. I bring my legs together, hold them, both arms. Breathe in. And now try to open my legs, but my arms holding closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then release and open your legs. Hold on to the ankles and gently push the legs down. Now, once I got to my maximum stretch here, hold your elbows down and pull your legs back together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax, and then gently push on each side a little bit. And then I can do this again. Come in, legs in, and hold with the arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Open the legs. A little bit of a stretch down with the 2 forearms. Hold it at the stretch and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I bounce one side down and bounce the other side. Leg out, gently shake again. Good. Hold your legs in, and forward, gently push up. Standing. Hands behind your back. Press on the 7th lower vertebra, the Ming Men point. Raise your heel. Keep the feet on the floor. Raise your other heel. And this is called dream walking. The other ones where you're holding your feet is called hugging Buddha's feet. And the one with the feet together with the knees is called the butterfly stretch. Okay? This is called dream walking. I hold the gate of life with both hands, pressing on the back, and I alternate up and down on the heel. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Nice and easy, like walking without going anywhere. Now I'm going to start jogging. I'm going to start running. Bring it back down to a jog. And just to a walk. This is the dream walking exercise. The main focus of it is to be able to activate the circulation in the legs, waking up the feet, ankles, hips, and knees. With the hands held high, I breathe in, pull the stomach in and back. Exhale, I go forward, down, and see if I can lightly touch the toes. Pull the stomach in more, and bend just from the crease of the hip, and keep the head up, and see if you can go a little further. Okay, then hang. Fold the elbows and turn to the left. Turn to the right, turn to the left, turn to the right, turn to the left, and turn to the right. Then turn to the left and hold. And turn to the right and hold. And back to the center. Reach around the legs. See if you can pull your chest closer to the thigh and bend the knees. Stand. And this one, I lightly grab my leg, lift and let go. I'm not here to work on too much balance at this point. I just want to see if I can hold it and let it go. Lift it as high as I can and let it go. Okay, just gently lift, high, let it go. Again, lift the knee, foot high, let it go. And once more, lift it and let it go. Now, settle the foot down, spread your toes out, grip into the ground, lift your foot, hold the shin, hold your foot, and lift and stand as best you can. Raise the chest, and then let go of the leg. Try the other foot. Shift, spread your feet out in your shoe, lift, grab the foot, grab the shin, lift it up high, Raise your chest higher, squeeze it, let go. And this is called leg kicks back, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, this one is, you can use the shelves here, or you can use this chair seat. I'm going to put my hands on something to stabilize myself. I'm going to put my foot up on one of the shelves. Then I'm going to set up an alignment that looks like toe of my supporting foot is straight forward, pointing the direction I'm standing. My hips are turned also in the same direction as I'm standing. I engage the stomach by pulling it back and lifting the chest a little bit. And then I gently take my 2 hands and press on the top of the thigh. At this, I flex back on the tip of the toe, like I'm pulling my toe towards me. And for some of you, this might be all you need for right now. Okay? Toe in, hip squared, legs straight, press on the thigh, pull back on the toes, keep your head up. Now, at this point, very easy and gently, lean towards your toe. 1, 2, with your chin like it's reaching. And here I have to warn you about this. Don't let your head drop. If your head drops, your spine becomes round, you shorten the distance between your head and toe, you lost the stretch. The back, head, chest, spine has to stay up and look at the foot in order for the stretch to be right. And gently, easily, number 6, number 7, number 8, with my chin reaching towards my toe, 9 and 10. Here, I pull back on the ball of the foot, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift your leg softly, take it off the shelf, set it down, put your weight gradually on it, move around, make sure it's still connected, and then we're going to try the other leg. So, same thing. I put my foot on the shelf, I turn my toes straight forward. I align the hips so they're straight forward as well. I engage the stomach by pulling back and raising the chest. Then I press on the thigh and flex back on the toe. I keep the head up like I'm looking out over the top of my foot with my chin reaching towards my toe as your goal. And as I do this, then I do the same thing I did earlier. Simply stand and press first, flexing the toes back. Then a light, easy 10 count lean towards your toe with your chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then gently pull back on the ball of the foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly let up. Use your hands on the shelf to pick the leg up. Gently set it down. Smoothly shift the weight over to the other side. Move back and forth. Now, the first one. The second exercise. Same thing on your shelf, like you just did before, but this time, turn your toe 90 degrees out. Open the hip. I turn my body to the side. My hands open up, and my right arm comes to the inside of the chest. The left arm lifts up over the head. And gently I lean to the side, with my ear reaching towards my toe, so I gotta keep a straight back and not let the back hunch in. Okay? And the same thing with this one. Lightly go over, press the thigh, then release, exhale out. Inhale with a simple, gentle bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax and open. Okay? Now gently lift the foot, just like before. Set it down softly. Gradually shift the weight onto both legs. Move it around a little bit, and then try the other side. Toe steps up onto my shelf. The supporting leg toe is turned out 90 degrees. The hip is open to the side. Okay? And then once I'm there, then I can gently press on the thigh, flex back on the toe. Take a deep inhale and exhale, and let it go. Then open the arms. The front hand folds across the chest. The back hand lifts like holding a plate to the sky. I keep the stomach in, back straight, and I'm reaching my ear towards my toe. Then gently bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And come up. Gradually lift your foot. Set it down. Shift the weight over it. Move it around a little bit. Shake it out and move around. Okay. The reason I show you this particular stretch is because it's the master stretch. Okay? In Chinese, it's called Yat Tui. Yat Tui means simply the leg press. And the way it gets its name, of course, by the way you're pressing your leg when you first start. You put it out, you press on your thigh. And so they call it based upon that movement. They also have a pet name for it too, or a poetry name that's called Kiss Your Boot Stretch. And the concept there was to put your head, nose, or chin to your boot. And that's where it got its name. Now, in the Chinese martial arts, this skill is kind of a unique one. See my foot touch my head? Mm-hmm. My leg is straight. I'm in a splits, actually. That's my unseen diploma. Do you know what I mean by that? This is the diploma of my graduation from my school and my teacher that I carry around that nobody ever sees. Because how many people do you know that can touch their head to their toe in such a way? Okay? Young people, old people, ballet dancers, gymnasts. I've shown hundreds of people this stretch, and they all like give me a thumbs up for it because they've never learned it from any of their teachers ever before. I actually went to ASU once to give a lecture to the strength trainers, coaches, and physicians that were working and training out of ASU, a lecture on developing better flexibility in their athletes and to stop the main process and the practice of trying to touch your head to your knee in a stretch. And I'll show you why. When I bend forward and touch my head to my knee to my stretch, what does my spine look like?
It's curved.
It's curved, it's hunched, it's bent. I'm crunching my internal organs against each other. There's nothing good about this stretch at all. Do not stretch your head to your toe, to your knee anymore. When you stretch, engage your body and pull everything up first. And then when you go for stretching, keep that stretched chest and straight spine, and now go down. And boom. And watch what happens when I do that same stretch with my head bent and back rounded. It's not happening. I'm way away from my toe. Head to toe is an impossibility here. Even if I went down like this and towards my knee even more, it's still not close. But when I go like this, stomach in, chest up, shoulders down, engage just from the hip, and keep this stretched when I come out, and look how close my chin is to my toe when I come forward. It's with inches, right? It's within inches. Back straight, and the reason for, and somebody once told me, by the way, the first time I ever saw anybody touch their head to their toe was a Tai Chi master. And he did it so effortlessly. He just brought his hands up, he wheeled this hand, and he brought it forward, and his head just went boom, and he was touching his head to it, so I was like, I never saw anybody do this before. And I'm looking at his body dimensions. I'm thinking, look how long his legs are and how short his torso is. How is this even happening? It's like torso's this long, legs are that long. It's not even a possibility that it's even going to reach. But it's the alignment. And every one of you has this alignment already built into you. All you got to do is learn how to engage into it. If you learn this stretch, by the way, and you get to your head to your toe and you maintain it for about 100 days, a magical thing happens. You never need to stretch to warm up again. Your body maintains the stretch almost forever at that point. And the reason for it is because what you're not stretching is you're stretching tendons and ligaments and sinews. You are not stretching muscles. Well, you are stretching muscles, but that's not your focus here. Stretching tendons, ligaments, and sinews, once they stretch, they stay stretched. Muscles, once they're stretched, they will contract and expand because of the blood flow that goes in them. So they will expand, and then they'll contract, and then some days you'll feel really like high kick, and you can do your Tai Chi kick really effortlessly, and other days it just feels like a struggle. Well, the reason for that is how much tension you're carrying in the muscles. So learn to stretch, and then you can move with a little more effortless like movement. You can move a little freer. And that also goes in stretching your fingers and your arms and your shoulders, everything. Don't just stretch legs too. You stretch all these other parts of your body. So this is like the master key stretch is Ya Tui. If you stand in front of, and what you're looking for ideally is a table about hip height to stand in front of it, and any support on the side that you need, maybe a chair or the wall or a handrail or whatever you need there. But if you stand directly in front at hip line, toe turned in slightly forward, hips engaged so they're straight forward as well, pull the stomach back, and then don't reach your head to your knee, but reach your chin towards your toe, and then start working on this. And the thing to change your flexibility is something too. It doesn't have to be this, an hour and a half long yoga fest. It just needs to be like 3 to 5 minutes of just gently telling your body what you want to fix. I want more flexibility this way. I want a little flexibility going that way. And all you got to do is just hit it a couple times at the beginning of maybe a warm-up practice, or when you practice your Tai Chi, do Ya Tui too. You'll actually find that at the beginning, it'll be a little rough because there's no blood flowing in your legs. Do a couple rounds of your Tai Chi form, then come back again and try it, and you'll actually get a little bit more flexibility because now there's blood running through the body, right? There's energy moving as well, and that'll help you with the stretch. So something as a really good stretch, and I've seen young and old people do this. This is not a thing that just kids can do. And so I've seen many 100-year-old people touching their head to their toe in China. Kung Fu masters, this is one of the prerequisites in learning a good Tai Chi form. And also the reason for reduction of stress and tension on the body. When you stretch, make it like a meditation. Make it like whenever you're breathing, release all that tension. I tell my students when they stretch, breathe in and use the imagination to send your breath to the end of your foot. And then when you start your stretch, exhale out, and your breath takes the tension with it. And then what happens is your mind is tricking your body into relaxing at a deeper level when you do this too. So it's a good one to keep in mind of. Okay? This is the stretching exercise of Ya Tui. And if you do it regularly, by the way, you'll be able to do the splits in a very short time too, because when you do this exercise, it not only stretches the back of your leg, but the reason I say it's a master stretch is because keeping your head up and engaged, keep your shoulders pressed, keep your chest up, keep your stomach in, stretches all the way down from the base of your skull to the edge of your heel. When you pull back on your toes, you're stretching the Achilles tendon. When you're pushing the legs straight, you're stretching the biceps femoris, up the back of the glutes, the whole back, all the way up to the spine, all the way up to the base of the skull if you keep your head engaged in the stretch as well. So it's a good stretch for the whole back side of your body. And don't forget to do the side. So the side is the same thing, but it goes with your ear reaching towards your toe over this way, okay? That's your side stretch. Do the front and side, okay? These are good stretches to learn. Turn to the front, I have one more basic skill thing to introduce to you. This one is overview of your stance work and stepping, okay? Hands and feet together. I'll take away the hands for right now and just do feet movements. So here with feet together, heels go out, toes go out, and then heels one more time. Then sit. Now when I sit, pull your legs slightly out, and then this is up to each of you. You'll have to figure out like what's comfortable for you to be able to sit in. Bend the knees, tuck the hips under, and keep the back really straight. The weight is 50-50 on both legs, and the toes should be forward unless you have knee problems. Then toes flare out about 45. Okay? So this is okay if you have knee problems, but otherwise to keep your toes forward. As you bend your knees, engage the hips and tuck them under, and then keep the back nice and straight, and this is called horse riding posture because it looks like you're riding on a horse. Okay? That's where it gets its name. Hands to hips. The weight here is 50-50. This stance is oftentimes used in Tai Chi, but very, very frequent. Do we ever see it in the form? The reason for is because it breaks the Tai Chi rule of being double weighted. In other words, weight 50-50 on each leg. Shift, turn, 45 degrees. This toe here is turned. The back heel press, and the hips have to, at this point, turn. Now, if I was doing part wild horse's mane or slanted flying, it's all right for my hip to be open like this because these are open hip movements using long jing, long power. When I'm doing ward off, for example, or press knee push, my hips are turned and engaged by pinching against the front knee, thigh and knee here. This hip bone is turned and drives everything forward. The reason for this is that the back leg is anchoring us into the forward motion here. The shin should be straight up and down, toes at a 45, and 70-30 is the weight distribution. When I change, 50-50 back to a horse, 70-30 to the other side. And remember also that I mentioned that there was the toe-heel alignment, the wider stance of double fist alignment, and the wider stance, like Fair Lady, that uses the triple fist alignment. This is the width of the both stances. For right now, I'm just doing the heel-toe alignment. I turn back, I'm back to the front again, 60-40. The 60-40 stance is turning one toe out and shifting 60% of the weight back. Then I'll turn my toe in, and torso shifts back, and turn the front toe, and move 60% of the weight over the back left leg. So 40%, 60, 60-40 stance. Bring it back in again, horse riding stance. Okay? Cat stance. I'm going to turn my toe in a little bit right and slide back on the tiptoe. Here, the knee also wants to turn in just a touch. It's like I'm sitting on a stool, back is nice and straight, and 90 to 95% of the weight are held on this back leg. This is the cat step. It's also called empty step or false step, because when I slide back, it's falsely put forward. There's not a real step here. Okay? And it's perfect for defensive positioning, on guard positioning. We see it as white crane spreads wing, and also in transition steps. And of course, we have it reared back for kicking moves too, right? Back to a horse. In this one, you can slide all the way back, press the weight down on one foot, and lift up high. This is crane stance. It's also Chi-Bu or hanging leg stance. They also call it golden rooster, right? And I made mention that if I bring it down with my foot against below my knee, it's a flamingo-like stance. When I bring it up, it's like golden rooster. And if I bring it really high, it becomes like the crane stance. Simply, a lot of my students will simply just call it crane stance, but they know the definitions between flamingo, rooster, and crane. Okay? This is a one-legged stance. Shift back. There's a couple other one-legged stances, by the way. Bring your foot behind your knee and wrap. This is called the old vine wraps around the tree. Try the other side. Shift, old vine wraps around the tree. This is called the knee hook stance. I step out. If we put the foot in front, it's often accompanied with a small kick movement, and then fold it over the leg and point your toe, and then sit down. This is called lotus stance or lotus standing. It's like, see it as a Shaolin move sometimes. There's also, in Tai Chi sword, we see this stance. From a kick to fold, and to place it on top of the knee and bend the supporting leg. Okay? Step out. A few different twist-like stances. High back step, we've got twisted legs here. Okay? Put the foot behind the knee, and then sit to a sitting twist stance. I press it up, I step out, I cross back. When I cross back, I can pinch the thighs slightly together. This will help to reinforce the legs, and I'm on the ball of the back foot. I scissor the knee behind the calf to sit down in a twisted stance, sometimes called lady horse. Stand up, and you can spin to these stances as well. There's one other that's much lower than this one, is a twisted stance position we see in Chinese arts. And oftentimes we'll see it in like sword, again, Tai Chi sword. It's a low and kind of challenging posture. I'll show it to you. It's called lotus sitting stance. And it's this to all the way down. And this is lotus sitting. And so this is a kind of a, again, can be done as a spinning or twisting stance, but it's the lowest of the twists that we do, okay? So, horse stance back again, okay? And shift to a bow, but I want you to turn your head backward over your arrow leg. This is actually called the reverse bow stance. And I shift to a bow, and I look back over the straight leg, the reverse bow or arrow stance. Shift, back again, and in our Tai Chi, it's very common to see this one used as a transition stance. The closed cat of the tiptoe, and closed cat slides in, goes to about the half arch of the foot, and rests right on the very pad of the toe itself. The shoe is straight up and down. The other foot is flat, of course. And when you do this, try to maintain your good, try not to rise up and lower down in your stances and through the different movements. So in this slide, shake it out a little bit. These are like some of the most fundamental stances that you use. The reason I mentioned this is because Tai Chi practitioners too, to train and strengthen their legs, should try to hold the stances for small periods of time. This is one way you're going to make your legs stronger, and it's also going to prepare you for the movements that happen within your Tai Chi form. So it's good to know the most fundamental basic steps. Horse, bow, cat, crane, twist are some of the most fundamental ones used not only in Tai Chi, but actually a cross-section of all kinds of different martial arts will use these same steps. Okay? When I do it with my students, oftentimes I'll add a series of hand gestures to this, so you can follow me, and I'll go through all those, some of those stances I just did in a small sequence. And step, and one, palm to the right, okay? Lift and push to the left. Draw back, one, left, then right, then push, left. Then with the back of the hand, lift, left. Then step, kneel, and left elbow, and open your hands. And twist, and fold, and extend the back arm. Twist, and then untwist, and this one presses the palm down in 60-40. And then back leaning. Right in, left up, it swirls and pushes down. Then slides up and pierces and brings the right foot in, down. Then breathe in and out. And that sequence covers like those basic stances we just did. So at some point there, I'll kind of play with those with you as well. But those are good ones to understand stances. If you're looking for the key master stance, horse stance, okay? Horse stance, for those that also can't stand for very long, this is my next thing, is I'll tell you to practice your horse against the wall like this. You got a great way of making sure that your back is straight, and it reduces a little bit of the stress on the thighs because you're pushing backward. And this is a good one to train with. Okay, and also skateboarders, water skiers, snow skiers, snowboarders do this one too. It makes it way better for those other sports because your legs are nice and strong. And here's position number 2, the closed horse stance. And you put your hands on your side or out or down, as long as you're not holding yourself up, right? But this one, and using the wall. This is the closed horse, right? And the closed horse is just the horse stance with feet closed together. So this is this stance. These 2 stances against wall will help to strengthen your legs with the idea, stand for, see if you can do a minute. Then later on, see if you can go to 2 minutes. If you're really good, 3 minutes is a great one to stand. If you can stand for 3 minutes, you can actually, do pretty good in most the stance work that's required through the form, because your legs will be strong enough to carry you through the whole thing without being too tired. Funny thing about the stances too is that your body almost always, if you've never done horse stance training before, your body almost always rebels against it. You'll start shaking, you'll start fighting your own mind about how long I can stand. Oh, I don't want to stand this long. It's like 10 seconds long. Oh, I don't want to give up 10 seconds. But you find that it's like you become stronger by practicing. It's like, yeah, I can stand 10 seconds more. I can stand 30 seconds more. Increasing the time. Again, a person standing in a horse stance for 2 minutes is doing really good. The reason I mention this is because one of the last martial art competitions that I went to, they actually have a horse stance standing division. You can win a medal or a trophy for just standing. That's all, that's it. Everybody stands in a big circle, and the first people to fall down, you're out. Whoever's the last one standing gets a trophy, right? Gets a medal or whatever it is. But they actually have a competition for this exercise just by itself. That's how important it is that even Chinese martial art tournaments has a stance division. And all you do is do this. You don't even have to perform. You don't have to fight anybody. You just got to stand still. But you'd be surprised. Many, many Kung Fu practitioners will enter that arena, and not many last more than a minute and a half. These are people who are trained in the martial arts, mind you. Not many make it past a minute and a half. So when I mentioned that if you can stand for 2 minutes, thumbs up to you, because you're actually beating a lot of those people that are going to the competitions. The longest stander in Arizona in the tournaments is 7 minutes and 10 seconds. The last time I entered one of those horse stance competitions myself, I stood for 45 minutes and no one was able to touch me. I still hold the record here in Arizona. Nobody can stand as long as I can in a horse stance. And then with my students, they know that I stand much longer than that with them at times. So 45 minutes standing just like this. And the way that they test you, by the way, is they put a stick on your thigh. And when the stick rolls off, you've lost. Okay, that's the standard. That's what they go by. Pretty easy. But I thought I'd make mention of that because stance work is so important to Tai Chi. And when you practice, it's important to have good stance work. This next exercise I'm going to introduce you to is the ancient internal alchemy. It's a very soft Qigong set. Starting with hands and feet together. Knees bent. Weight shift. Step out to quiet standing. 3 times you're going to fluff up the energy by using your elbows. Inhale. And exhale. Again. And softly down. And a 3rd one. And let it go. And gently spiral from big to small to start. Okay. The first exercise is going to be at the lower abdomen, the lower dantian. So at first what we're going to do is just simply bring our hands in and round them in front of us. Okay? And here we go. Inhale. Softly exhale. And do it again. third one. And out. Keep the knees bent and weight slightly forward on the balls of the feet. Number 4. 5. Inhale, big, deep, and full. 6. Inhale. 7. 8. And 9. Gently circle. 1, 2, 3, and here, open, and pull it towards you, and down, and draw it in, soft and easy. Deep and full. Breath number 4. Inhale. And again. 3 more. Hands up. Middle level, exhale. Open and closing. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Dip the hands down, out, breathe in, and draw it to you. Middle level, down and out. Big, deep, and full. 3 more. Exhale. Inhale and come up. And here, exhale, as you relax your shoulders. Opening and closing. expand and contract. Again. Number 8. And 9. Dip down and away. And shine it down to your forehead. Inhale. One, and last one. Breathe in, as big and as deep as you can, and then exhale, as slow as you can. See if you can make this exhale last at least 20 seconds. Exhale down. Again. And exhale down. And a third. And softly down. Big spirals into small ones. At the ending of this sequence, as you can, if you remember to do this one, and how to do it, and you can try to make your exhale last longer. The best exhale, if you can kind of strive to beat my record, is almost 2 minutes on the exhale, just from the last of the exercise. Okay? Most people can't hold their breath for 2 minutes, let alone exhale for 2 minutes. So when you can exhale for longer and longer sequences at the end of the 9th exercise, or the 3 circles at the top, you see if you can break that exhale breath when you bring your fingers in and bring it down along your body. Make it last as long as you possibly can. Okay? If you can get to a 2-minute exhale, boom, you're right there. You're doing good. Left hand for men, right hand for women, over navel center. I press and start small, going down from the left over to the right and up. 1, 2, 3, a little bigger, 4, 5, 6, and bigger yet, 7, 8, and 9. At the base of the 9th circle, I reverse it and make it smaller. 1, 2, 3, smaller, 4, 5, 6, smaller, 7, 8, 9, over navel center. Press, breathe in, and exhale softly out. When you're ready, slowly move around. Raise your feet, heels, and once again, move around and shake it all out. Move your shoulders and relax a little bit. And what do you think of this one? This is one of the oldest of the Qigong sets. My teacher, Hong, often mentioned that this is the oldest Qigong known to mankind. As man started to realize there's power in one's breath, and he started to be able to focus on these things, he realized that the lower, the middle, and the energy centers of these 3 points, he's going to nourish each one of these energy centers with your deep breaths, with the idea of expanding and contracting and pulling in and pulling out, each one nourishing the upper, middle, and lower, spirituality, wisdom, knowledge, human emotions, feelings, and the lower dantian, reproductive energy, and the vital energy force that's used for the body, because that's where it's stored, is in the lower dantian point of the body. So these three pots here with just gentle, and like I said, super, super easy. How many times each one? 9 times. So 9 times open and closing, 9 times towards and away, okay? I go to the middle one, 9 times open, closing, 9 times towards and away. 9 times open, closing, 9 times towards and away. On the 9th breath, I take, after the 9th one, the breath is still up here, I take that next 10th breath and turn my fingers just a little bit forward. Imagine that there's light shining from my palms, and I bring that light shining, flashing down through the body as I exhale for as long as I possibly can at the end, for one big, super long exhale. 20 seconds is good for the beginner at first, especially because you're trying to control your breathing. So most people can hit the 20-second thing, but as you get better at it, see if you can make it last longer, right? And if you can go 2 minutes with an exhale, that's phenomenal, right? That's really good, okay? Any questions over that? It's a simple one too, fun. Stance work, master stance, horse stance. Breathing exercise, ancient internal alchemy. Master stretch, leg press on the table. Those 3 things will greatly improve your martial arts skills no matter what they are. This goes from kickboxing to Tai Chi to wrestling to MMA. It won't matter. Even if you're just looking at health, the stretching of the leg, the opening and breathing through the lungs, and light twisting, turning, and opening the body, very good for health. The last part of the class we'll cover is the 13-step form in repetition a couple times. Hands and feet. Standing in ready position, knees bend down, weight shifts onto the right foot gradually, and let the left foot hover. Step it out, and over to the other side. Shake it over a little, make sure it's there, and let it settle down. Round out the arms, hollow the palms, pull the thumb slightly in, and chin in, crown of the head up, tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth as you breathe in, and down. Left 1, right 2, exhale 3. Repulse the monkey right. Right 1, breathe in left 2, and repulse the monkey. Right circles up, left draws in, heel step slightly out and back, brush knee, and gentle push. Toe in, left, raise up left hand, right foot draws back, right heel steps, and brush knee, gentle push. Sink back, toe in right, swirl the hands and form a ball right on top, left draws in. Left opens knee, heel step, and part the wild horse's mane. 1. Toe in, breathe in, turn, and draw the foot back. Step out, heel, sink, and part the wild horse's mane. 2. Right hand falls, left hand rise, and 1. Step, cloud hand, 2. Cloud hand, 3. And gold rooster on one leg. Step, breathe in, gold rooster again. Toe turns out, step, cross hands, breathe in, separating right foot. Cross step, breathe in, and arc the hands, and left step. Hold the ball, right hand comes underneath, and grasp sparrow's tail. 1. Breathe in, roll back, 2. Breathe in, press, 3. Breathe in, down, and bump out with a push, 4. Right toe, left hand wave, left foot back, ball hold. Step out left and ward off. 1. Breathe in, roll back, 2. Breathe in, gentle press, 3. Inhale, down, and push out. right ball hold, slide in, thread up, hook left, step, adjust right, and snake creeps down, right side. Ball hold, left foot in, thread and hook right hand, step wide, adjust toe, snake creeps down, toe in again, ball hold, right foot back, right heel out, fair lady. 1, 2, working at the shuttle, 3. Ball hold, toe in right, slide in left, step out, and 1, 2, and gently out again, 3. Adjust to the front, breathe in, embrace the tiger. Shift to the left, right foot draws in. Middle finger slides along middle finger as I step back out, return home to the mountain. Shift on right, open the hands, breathe in, left on top, press down. Wrap the waist, press the palms, stand upright, lower the fingers, breathe in, and exhale. Relax.
That's the 13, right?
What's that?
That's the 13, right?
Yes. 13. Here we go again.
I have a question. I'm having a lot of trouble even at home when I'm practicing, trying to remember which foot comes in, like we're, you know, like we ward off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna go to this.
Okay.
Or
When it turns,
So is there like a pattern where I know if I'm turning, then I'm gonna bring in this foot? Is I going that way? or-
yes, what's going to happen is usually the toe will turn in and rotate to close your stance, and that'll put you so your weight's over the foot.
So to make the ball, or to hold the ball,
Right. So here, left toe, left hand.
okay.
Now, weight on right, slides back to left, and right hand comes in. And then right heel, sink and transition. Okay, it's kind of hard. You'll have to catch certain things, but there
Yeah,
will
I know
be
there's a pattern,
keys.
I'm just like, I
Yes.
can't remember the pattern.
Here we go. We'll look at it again.
Thank you,
Okay.
thanks.
And hands and feet. Knees down. Weight shift on right, left, quiet standing. Rounded arms. Inhale and exhale. The first one we're doing in a standing still position. So repulse monkey, 1, 2, and your hands at about a 45. It's not at 6, but it's over here at the corner somewhere about 4 or 5. Okay? Then Russian push and waist turns. Then same thing right. Right 1, look to the corner, and then 2. Push it in. Weight goes on right foot. Weight shift to right. Right hand, left draws in. So it's going to be opposites. Open, heel, step, and then everything transitions to left. Now, right hand press down, left up, toe in, left. Draw up right, it's like the middle move, and step back out. And then everything moves left to right side push. Now, right toe in, right on top, ball hold. Left foot draws back, in center. Open left, heel step left, and then send the waist out into the position part horse's mane. Left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. Right heel steps by itself, sinks and release. Right hand, left hand. This is unchanged stance. Then right foot, left hand. Right hand, left step. And left hand, right step. Then as we keep the weight on the left, the right hand floats up to gold rooster. Then step and breathe in, press down, shift the weight, and float to left. Left toe, sink, cross hands. Then arcing the hands open, picks up the foot and kicks right heel. Toe points on the retraction and steps down and the hands cross again. And then same as they arc open, heel kick, left. Bring the foot down, ball hold, draw in and right. So these will pull together and then right. Comes out and continues to the ward off gesture. Breathe in. Roll back, down, back. The stances are unchanged except for shifting. Shift forward, shift back, heel, toe points up. Some people like to keep their foot down, that's okay. Okay? Go forward, push. Right toe, left hand. Left foot, left hand. Left step, grasp sparrow's tail, and shift forward, ward off. Bring it up, everything shifts back, 60-40 stance. Turn. In the 60-40, I shift to a bow stance. Then open the hands, draw back, and this is a 7-star stance or swallow, and push. Bow stance. Toe in as the hands hold the ball. Thread as the left bears the weight, left hooks, and right foot draws up. Right steps, toe adjust, and then lower, and snake creeps down. Then here, toe in again as I pull and hold ball, draw to the center. Thread, hook, step, adjust. And snake creeps down again once the feet are in place. Fair lady, toe in, hand holds ball. Right foot, right hand in. Right step, and then left, right, and rock forward into the push, fair lady. Ball hold and right toe in. Left draws back, left steps out, and then right, left, and out. Adjust to the center, over right side. Slide in, up to left, right foot, right, and arms open. Breathe in, up, left in, down, waist, fingers. Breathe in, breathe out from the last. Shake it out. Move around a little bit. We'll try again. You're seeing all the different stances. Swallow stance, also 7 stars. This is the heel. Actually, the heel-like movement here and the cat stance are very similar to each other. Notice that this leg didn't change. So those are actually very close to the same stance. Of course, this one is pinning the opponent's foot to the ground, or maybe it's doing a small heel kick to the ankle or to the arch of the foot, or maybe even a regular kick at higher levels. But usually the 7-star stance is some type of heel stomp or kick. In cat stance, it's usually a ready and defensive position. And those are two very common stances there that we see in this form as well, is heel and 7 stars. Like I mentioned, bow stance, a very important stance, more important in the form than the horse stance is, but horse stance is used for training Tai Chi, strengthen their legs. So it's good to practice horse stance even though we do not use it in the form. Remember I mentioned that if you go horse stance, you're breaking the Tai Chi rule of double weighted. And the concept is that you can easily be pushed over on your back off your heels because you can't shift your weight because your legs are too wide. Makes sense, right? So Tai Chi usually likes that weight is always going to be transferring over one side or the other and not set over both feet at the same time. Only stance that we actually see that in is the embrace the tiger, return home to the mountain. In returning home to the mountain, we're here for just a small second. It shifts quickly to the closing gesture, but you can see that as a holding horse. Hands and feet, here we go, one more time, down. Let's see where we're at on time here once we finish this round. Shift, quiet standing, nice and round, breathe in. And exhale. And 1. Inhale. And exhale. And again. And release. Right, breathes in. Left tiptoe. Step heel and out. Left, breathe in. Step out right, send it out. Right toe, whirl the hands, left draws back. Left heel step, out. Toe in, breathe in, draw the right foot back. Open, step, and right side out. Cloud hands, left with right step. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, all the way to the golden rooster. Inhale, and exhale. Step, breathe, inhale. Arc the hands and heel kick right. Let it droop down, cross step, breathe in, and heel kick. Let it step down, breathe in, ball hold, pull back right, step right, and forward off. Breathe in, slowly exhale out. Breathe in, and press. Open. Inhale, down and out, push. Right toe in, left hand wave, left draws back, and heel step, out. Breathe in, down and back. Inhale again, turn the waist, gentle press. Open, draw back, and push away. Right hand on top, left toe in, thread, hook, big step, adjust toe, down the side of the body, across the waist, hips, and snake reach down. Toe in, breathe in, thread, hook, big step, adjust toe, and down. Left on top, left toe in. Right draw in, ball hold. Right heel step, left across the chest, right up high, exhale slowly. Ball hold, right toe in, left foot draws back. Inhale, step, exhale, lift, and send it away. To the front, small adjust on the toes. Inhale over right. Step up and out. And this is where you would see the only horse stance. It moves to the side as I breathe in and closes. But here we have kind of a semi-horse closed stance. And then we press up and back to attention stance, ready position. Deep breath, inhale, exhale, move around when you're ready. Shut it out. Got enough to do one more round before we close off for today. Okay, hands and feet. Once again, I thank you guys for coming. Sign in sheets up there if you haven't already signed in for today. We'll go one more round. That's probably where we'll close off for today. And then we have next week as the last class. And I thank you for your attendance and participation in our class here, even though I was kind of came in the midway point, I guess. Hands and feet. Summertime, I have a Bok Wah class and a Shaolin staff comes up for summer semester. And then in the fall, I'm actually scheduled to teach this class and a Thursday night Tai Chi class, as well as a couple Kung Fu classes, kickboxing and stuff like that. So if you have an interest or want to look at something else a little different, please check out the other classes that I may offer as well. Hands and feet, knees bend down, weight shift right, step out left, last round, 13 step. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Right hand, left, weight shifts to left. Weight shift on right, raise right. Left draws in, heel step, brush knee, gentle push. Keep the head level, an important point in practicing Tai Chi. Don't let your head wobble up and down, okay? Nice and smooth. Turn, ball hold. Step and part horse's mane. Turn, ball hold. And part wild horse's mane. Cloud hands, 1. Exhale, 2. Exhale, 3. Exhale, all the way up to rooster stance. Breathe in, other side. Cross step, breathe in. Heel kick right, separating feet. And toe point, cross step, breathe in. And separating feet. All hold. Draw back right. Step. 1. Flows into the next. Board off. Roll back. Breathe in. Soft, gentle press. And then both hands separate. Push down and up and out. Right toe in, left hand wave. Left draws back, ball hold, and board off, 1. Breathe in, roll back, 2. Send it out, soft press, 3. Draw back, down, and push away, 4. Hold the ball, right on top, left toe in. Spear, right foot draws up. Makes a hook, right foot steps and adjusts toe, and slowly send it away. Down and back up. Toe in, right, slide in, left, ball hold, curve, thread, and hook. Big step, adjust. All the way up. Left hand on top, left toe in, right foot, right hand, right step, left hand. Right up, and everything pushes out. Ball hold, right and right. Left foot draws in, left hand in, right hand step, move up, and gentle push. Over to the center, slight adjust to the feet. Embrace the tiger, keep a straight back. Slide over to the left, and up and out, returning home to the mountain. Breathe in, over to the right, down, through the center, around the waist, palms down, fingers at the end. Breathe in, breathe out. Class over. Have a great day, guys. Have a good weekend. Thank you once again. Rub the legs, especially the back of the legs, if you feel